see something. 22.6. Man, my phone signal at this particular spot is not great. I feel like we need to move. Well, hopefully this will be fine. Okay. Let me check my overlays. You working, Blurp? Better be working. Oh no, what in the world? Son of a bitch. Oh, I see. This is all bad. Okay. I see what's happening. This is just entirely breaking. Oh my god. Do I have... We can fix this. I can fix this with tape. You might be wondering what's happening, and right now one of my sewing box is falling apart. Where'd my tape go? Uh-oh. Tape. Should be down here. Aha, tape. Perfect. So we're gonna get some music going. We're just gonna snack some Animal Crossing, I guess. Oops, shit. Oh god, me. Why are you doing this? No, that's gonna work. Okay. Yeah, that'll work for now. Alright. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good day. Will everything be better if I just open that? I'm trying to keep you guys here so that I'm thinking about putting you guys, if we put you guys over here, it might be better. I don't know. How about this? That might do. Put you guys way up here. You're limited by the cord because you're charging right now. So, also right now our signal is not great. I don't know what happened. Like, the spot was good and now it's not great. I struggled to watch videos last night, so honestly the stream's probably not a great idea as far as like signal goes. Yeah, signal is definitely not great. Alright, we'll pump this out way. We'll have to have them work in unison. But yeah, we're just gonna do some sewing. I got some sewing work I need to do before the events of today get going. Not you. You don't need to be fixed. You can go and get in here. I've got this and this. I got a bunch of stuff with just really small holes that I really need to fix. I mean, this shirt right here. This shirt has all the problems. This one has a small hole right where the tit would go. Right there. You can see the hole a little bit. There, yeah. So we gotta fix that hole. And then the underarm isn't holding much better. I mean, this thing's probably falling apart. It's probably only got a couple more wears. I don't know. I mean, hand sewing's probably not the answer. Really, I need a machine, but I can never find anyone who's got one and you know, will let me borrow it. So, shipment runner, welcome on in. How are ya? I apologize for the Minecraft quality that we're probably gonna have a lot of today. Apparently my spot is not nearly as good as I thought it was. I could move. We could. But where would we move to, right? How far would I move in either direction to get a decent signal? Honestly, it's probably fine if we just stay here. So, we're gonna do some sewing. But, runner and shipment, how are y'all doing this morning? Yeah, string everywhere. Alright. Let me underside. We'll use some navy blue today. Workday year, good morning. How are ya? Welcome to another edition of Mundane Van Life, where we just hang out in the van. I'm trying to figure out the best place to put y'all. I've got you guys. I don't even know why I got you guys on the big one. Hold on a minute. This is dumb. I should put you guys on the small. Well, honestly, having you guys up here is pretty nice. So, you feel like your allergies are wild? Oh no! Winter storm warning. So is it snowing there right now? That's no bueno. Come on. There you go. Oh yeah. There we go. Get my needle. Bingo, bingo. Alright. Cooking breakfast, hanging out right now? Hell yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I gotta fix this. This is, some of my clothing has received damage just from, use, right? It's nothing that I did, right? This is just clothing in a nutshell, right? It just gets damaged over time. You gotta fix it. You gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. I should definitely put a knot on this side. Which I think I know how to do. I do this. Pull it out just like that. And then I gotta what? I gotta do this. And there we go. Perfect. And then just cut this. See, I threw on some Animal Crossing music from the Nintendo Music app. Yep, there is a Nintendo Music app. You do need Nintendo Online to use it though. Having English breakfast tea, nice. I'm having some sort of coffee, maybe instant coffee. Not too sure. Tastes good. It's nice and warm. So you got a date off in December. That sucks. But I'm glad you're enjoying your time. Until your next job. If that's your intention, I mean, you can just be like me. Lives in a van, does Uber Eats and DoorDash. It's the life. Fixing small holes. Going to pinball state championships. Oh god. I found our next practice location. We're gonna go to when we get back to Phoenix next week, we're gonna go to a place in Mesa called I feel like I'm competing with my music. We're gonna go to a place called Atomic Age. They've got 3 of the games that I need to go practice on. So they got Hot Wheels, they have Mata Hari, and they have... What was the other one that they had? I don't know, I'll look it up. But they had 3 machines I can go practice on for state. And that'll be good. If I can learn at least 6 machines really well, that'll put me in a good spot. Especially against Natalie. Something tells me that she can only practice so much too. Given that it's at a private residence, which got some I told some people here in Arizona and they raised their eyebrows. They're like, it's at a private residence? I was like, yeah. They're like, that's kind of weird. I was like, why? And they're like, because no one can practice. I was like, oh yeah, that is kind of true. I was very surprised today. I heard when they weren't holding it at Sisters. I was like, alright. I guess that's a little goofy. But, that's their prerogative, right? They can do that. But it really does give a big home field advantage to the person who owns the machines, like huge. Because they're going to know how each and every machine plays. And so... They'll be able to pick, like, Legends of Valhalla all day long. No one knows how to play Legends of Valhalla because it's such a hard machine to find, right? Like in all of Phoenix, no one has that machine, so I can't even practice it. So if someone picks it, I'm kind of SOL. So I'm just gonna have to watch videos and pick it up on the fly, which it really sucks. That shouldn't be that way, but you know, what are you gonna do about it? Very valuable skill to have is just knowing how to hand sew. Very important. You know, people underestimate this about the, you know, when the apocalypse comes and the end of the world comes, everyone's always like, oh, more guns, right? More bullets, more beans. But it's gonna be shit like sewing and gardening and, you know, knowing how to, I mean, the people who have guns, probably not to repair engines, but knowing like, mechanic work, how to repair stuff, right? It's probably going to be a big, you know, probably going to be the big things that people focus on, right? So, surprised there isn't a machine eliminations by choice, like some tournaments where each person picks a machine to eliminate from choices. I mean, technically, that's what this tournament is. You get to pick. Oh, you're saying that there should be an ability to ban machines that they can't pick. Maybe. I know for sure I would pick Legends of Valhalla every time. Like, I'm not gonna play that machine because I don't know jack about it. It's probably the one machine that I'm probably gonna not know anything about. You know, just because, like I said, it's just not available to play over here. Like, how am I supposed to learn a machine that's not here? So, yeah, and I'm sure a lot of New Mexico is having the same problem because I can't imagine anyone has Legends of Valhalla outside of this person. So last night was pretty fun. We got to meet some new people. Oh shit, I made that too tight. I made that too big. That's gonna feel awful against my skin. Okay, come on me. Let's get it right. I met someone named Janine. They've been a pro master. They've been traveling for about a year now. And I also met someone named Kat. They've also been traveling for about a year. I'd say it feels like, you know, so it was nice. It was nice getting to talk and meet some people. Hoping to meet a couple more today. I'm debating if I want to stay here one more night or if I want to go and head up to Lake Havasu. Just because I would like to go to the Saturday morning session, too, you know. And so, we're actually looking at potentially leaving this afternoon. Which will be fine, I mean, you know, this event is cool and all, but trying to do multiple things here. Now, my concern is that we go to the next, like, according to, I looked at some weather apps, and it looks like it's gonna be windy tomorrow, and that's not good. That's not good at all. Any amount of wind is not good for hot air balloons. So, no, I will say this. I know who the owner is of this upcoming, of all the pinball machines we're going to go play at. And I think I'm a better player than she is. So I'm not super worried if I have to go up against them. Not tooting my own horn or anything. But I've played against him in like 3 different tournaments, and every tournament I've always managed to like completely dominate him. Both head to head and in the tournament. So, you know, home field advantage only goes so far if you're not the better player, you know? And so I'm just focused on just winning where I can win, and like I said, getting to just know about 6 machines really, really well, and then just crushing it, you know? Because realistically, if you can get really good on your 3 machines and always win your 3 machines, all you have to do is win one of theirs. And sometimes all it takes is a little, you know, all it takes a little luck, or sometimes you pick a machine that you're already good at too. So son of a bitch. I knew that was a dumb idea. Fuck. I lost my... Oh, there it is. I was like, lost my needle. Actually, let's repair the skirt. This skirt probably needs the most fixing. So, I'm going to show you what's wrong with my skirt here. You can tell there's a gigantic rip there. I've actually been leaving the rip just because it's not a big deal. And honestly, I kind of like the rip there. However, this rip keeps getting worse and worse. And so I really need to fix it now. Okay. Go. By the way, the stars were beautiful last night. I got a really good picture. Get off, piece of... Okay, there we go. In fact, let me go post it to my Discord real quick. Where's my Discord? There it is. There we go. I went and posted that to the Discord. Stars showed up really well last night, right next to the moon. So, super awesome. I need to do this the old-fashioned way. That's not gonna work. Oh, the dogs are going crazy. So many dogs here, and I love it. Haven't seen any cats yet. Just all dogs. Yeah, social was good. It was good. They had nice fire going, like multiple fires. So, you know, I was able to stay warm despite going in flip flops. That was a nice conversation starter. People walk up to me like, "You're the only one in flip flops. Are you insane?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm no insane." But yeah, no, I met two new van lifers. So, you know, we exchanged stories, right? Talked about, like, hey, what are some of your favorite places that you've been? Someone was saying, like, how they really enjoyed Omaha. Omaha, Nebraska, which, hey, I've been to Omaha. It's a pretty good city, honestly. Right? All things considered. There's worse cities out there. Like Jacksonville, Florida. I mean, honestly, Omaha's not. I mean, as far as like I said, as far as cities go, would I go back to Omaha? Sure. Right? They have some decent pinball. And it's a pretty big city. Plus, I have a friend who just moved there, so I need to go visit them at some point. But yeah, you know, I've always maintained that, like, every state has, you know, some value to it, right? Some value. Every city has some worth, right? You know. Right? Objectively, what do I think is the worst state? I think it's Kansas. Right? Like, what's in Kansas? Now, granted, I haven't been to the party city in Kansas, or what people consider the party city, which is, what is it called? I always forget the name of the city in Kansas that people want me to visit. Wichita. Yeah, people are like, you need to go visit Wichita. And I was like, alright, I'll try to check it out at some point in the future. I make no promises, though, because that requires me to go to Kansas, and I've been through Kansas 3 or 4 times, and there's not a lot to do there. You know, they have the geographical center of the United States, of the contiguous United States, not counting Alaska and Hawaii. But, like, it's so unimportant that it's like, I kind of went and I was kind of surprised, 'cause I was like, dude, there's like nothing here. You know, like, it's not worth streaming at all. There's like a tiny chapel there. It's very disappointing for something that seems so important. And that may be because the actual geographical, this current United States is in, I want to say, North Dakota. Pretty sure. Though it could potentially be Montana. Okay. Now we can do this. Okay. This should hopefully hold for now. Let's see. The hardest part for me when I was doing it was finding a place to sneak and to park and sneak night. What's my method? Okay, so there's two different ways to do it, right? It depends on where you are, right? So if you are out in the middle of nowhere, right? If you're out, give me a minute. Hang on. My back got itchy. I gotta scratch my back. Back scratcher. Hang on. Ooh, that feels really good. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, so. You can use this app right here called iOverland. Boop. It'll tell you, do you want iOverlander 2? No. iOverlander 2 is pay to use. It's a lot worse in my opinion. Right, but then you go to the map. And it'll look like a Google map, but it'll have all these icons on it, right? And let's go to my current location. So there we are. And if we click on this, this is really hard trying to do it like this. You can click on it and it will, everything is mirrored. That doesn't help you. I don't know if you can actually read this, but this will tell you, like, this tells you where it is and, like, what to expect. And this is how I found a lot of my sites when I'm not in the city, right? So, if I'm traveling between cities, this is how I find places to sneak between cities. Now, if I'm in a city, right, you do have a couple options, right? You have your usual candidates of, like, Walmart and Crackle Barrel. I don't use those though. I don't care for those. But if you're new to van lifing, that would probably that's probably a rock solid option, right? Is to utilize Walmart and Crackle Barrel until you're cozy and comfy with sleeping in your vehicle. Some other places you can go to a hospital. They're generally open 24 hours, and as long as you don't have active security driving around and kicking out the homeless, right? Funny story, anyone who's got security drives around, they're not actually there for security, they're there to kick out the homeless. Most, like 9 times out of 10, that's all they've been hired to do. I don't know if that's official, but all of them that I've noticed, they just kick out the homeless. So yeah, hospitals, I would say hotel parking lots are okay too. A lot of them are starting to get cameras and like security at night, so they're trying to kick out more people. So I don't use them anymore, but my primary way of sneaking is street parking. Right. So, apartment complexes tend to have a lot of street parkers, right? People who park their car in the street. And so that's always really helpful to just go find those places and kind of park amongst the cars. Because it's like, hey, who's gonna know? Who's gonna be able to determine whether I'm actually visiting someone or not, right? So, great way to stealth camp. You do need to have your windows blacked out. Ideally in the back, I wouldn't black out your entire car. I would need the front seat. Like, so that people can see it. So you're gonna want a separation curtain, like this, right? And then the other place you can street park, generally outside hotels. And even if there's no one else street parked, if the street is wide enough, honestly, you can probably risk it for the biscuit. I do it quite a bit while I'll just street park on the street, even if I'm the only one street parking, because especially if you show up at like 10, 11 p.m. at night, who the fuck's gonna come stop you? No one's gonna come by and be like, hey, what are you doing? They're just gonna assume you're at the hotel once again. You can also go to industrial areas, right? Where, not necessarily industrial areas, but we call them industrial areas, but like I don't know what to call them. But you can probably park over there at night. Once again, show up late at night. No one's probably going to bother you. Rest areas are an option. You know, just make sure you look up the state that you're in, because some don't allow overnight camping. Some allow 8 hours. So, which is obviously just long enough to sleep. Though, if you sleep overnight, I don't think anyone's counting. So, you get kind of scared at night just in your car alone. It's, you know, that's fair, right? You should always have some sort of protection just in case. I have this. I have a Crocodile Dundee knife, right? Oh, you think that's a knife? That's a knife. And so I keep it in reach, right? So I can reach and grab and pull, and, you know, if you're ever using a knife to protect yourself, never stab. Keep the knife next to you and go in. Bring them to you, right? Because if you reach out, they can hit your hand and you'll drop the knife. And now you're in a bad spot because now they have your knife and you have nothing. So, knife like this at all times next to you, and bring them in. That was like the number one thing. And at that point, yeah, then you run. If you can run, always run first. But if you realize that you're probably not faster than them, well, there's no need to exhaust yourself. You know, fucking fight, you know? There we go. Put that there. They chase you down, they really want you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright. So, this shirt is... Did I fix this? Yeah, I fixed this shirt. Yeah, okay. Probably just want to take your stuff. Yeah. Very unfortunate that, you know, we live in a society where people have to resort to that. And, like, I understand the circumstances that put them there. I'm not an idiot. We have not moved. We are still campground. So, we're probably gonna go for a walk here pretty soon. Because I fixed this. So that's good. It's one of my favorite pairs of, it's one of my favorite skirts, so. But yeah, we'll probably walk in the opposite direction today. Or, I don't know, let me see. Let me look at my Google Maps. Let me see what's around here. Yeah, we could go in that direction. I don't think there's anything. Just walk around. I'm not walking along the road here. Yeah. Okay, put this away. I mean, it's so... yeah, I should definitely fix this. Okay. Well... Alright. Yeah, I should get everything fixed now. Ah! Get off! Yeah! My hands are so dry, all the string... Oh, God! All the string is sticking to me. Son of... Oh, you know what? I've got an idea. Aha! Use the tape, baby. Right. Get off of me. Oh, now the tape is stuck on me. Fuck. Damn it. Yeah, tape, go over here. Alright. Do 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 do. Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, just some tips for like sneaking. I mostly urban stealth cam. That's usually what I do. I don't really go out to nature very often, right? Like, this is pretty rare. I'd rather be in Phoenix, but we're gonna come out, meet some people. Great time. Ow. Needles, man, they're sharp. What? Why aren't we going through? There we go. Fucking weirdo thing. Go. Alright. This looks more peaceful and safe. Yeah. It's really a nice place. It is really, right? Like, everyone's always like, what if I'm out in the middle of nowhere and someone comes and, attacks me? And, like, I'm not saying that that's not a possibility. But, when you think about what motivates people, right, to commit crime, right? Obviously, there's, like, there's intent, right? There's need. But also, you have to consider, like, that people aren't, people, if they need to steal and harm people, like, they're gonna go somewhere where there's going to be people, right? Like, yeah, out here, it's gonna be you versus them versus in the city where you could probably get help much easier. But those people are unlikely to come out here, and so you're probably going to be safe, right? I always see this a lot. I'm actually gonna fix these fans. I see this a lot in camping groups. They're always like, well, what if I'm camping in the woods and someone comes to attack me, and isn't it unsafe? And it's like, nah, man. Like, honestly, they're probably not gonna come out there. There's no reason for them to, So I tried to fix this with staples, and this did not work at all. Did not work at all. And I'm trying to fix this with and my attempts to fix this in the past, this pair of pants has not worked out very well in the past. There we go. Dun, dun. Oh god. Okay. So we're gonna try to repair this big hole in the back. If I can repair this hole, should be good to go. This is the hole that really bugs me. So let me get this. A nice knip right here. That should hold that in place while I fix this. Oh, got another staple. Gotta get all the staples out first. Staples are gonna make this hard. There we go. So I was in the runner. Oh yeah, runner is here. We were talking about TwitchCon last night. And I can't wait for TwitchCon, guys. Which, by the way, as someone made aware to me some time ago, this is the TwitchCon's 10-year anniversary. And if ever there was a year to go, it's this year. So, if you've ever been wondering, should I go to TwitchCon? It's probably a good year to go. I know it's not always in the cards for everybody, right? Getting to TwitchCon. San Diego, right? Traveling's just not an option for some people because it's expensive, and yeah, it just costs money to get there. Unfortunately, you gotta pay for a hotel, and if you just happen to be in San Diego, you luck out, right? You know, I'd say maybe even Los Angeles, you'd luck out, you know, because that's only a 3-hour drive. I'd say anywhere else, you're basically committing to a day's drive. So, alright, here we go. Sewing this back together. You know, I've always tried to use those handheld sewing machines, and I could never get them to work. Like, I followed the instructions, like, precisely, and it just never worked. And I was like, man, these things are trash. And they really are. Like, even YouTube videos, I followed YouTube videos, and I was just like, yeah, this just is not working. But man, it would make my life so much easier if I could get them to work. I've always considered buying the super cheapo, like, $20 sewing machines, but I'm like, A, I don't have a place to put it, and B, I just know it wouldn't be worth it, you know? Like, there's no reason to spend money on something I don't need when I can just hand sew. It's not as effective, and I have to repair it again every couple of months, which kind of sucks. But also, I mean, this is a nice calming activity, you know? This is nice. Right, when I did laundry on Wednesday, because I was like, I gotta do laundry before I come out here, I set aside a bunch of stuff that I was like, I can just repair you while I'm at the campground. And like I said, we're not at like an official campground, right? We're just out here in BOM land, you know? That's Bureau of Land Management, by the way, in case anyone was wondering what BOM stands for. They're kind of like the NP, you know, the NPS, the Fish and Wildlife, you know, and all that, right? They're just preserving, you know, helping preserve national land. But BOM, I mean, you can pretty much come out here and just camp out, you know. And you know, we showed that off yesterday, right? Oh god, what's happening? What the fuck happened? What's going on here? What the fuck? Oh, what the shit? Are you serious? Okay, no, we're good, okay. I don't know what happened. Oh, good still. Alright. Dun, dun, dun. How's the signal holding up? Are we getting it out of Minecraft right now? Like I said, the signal is not very good here. We're kind of on the edge of, you know, where the signals are. But hopefully when we go for a walk, it'll get better. It might just be this one spot that's just not good. There we go. Signals in and out of Minecrafting. Okay. Yeah, like I said, hopefully when we go for the walk, it gets a lot better. So, yeah. We're not doing a whole knot though. I mean, we're just doing a knot of just, you know, sit here. Just doing some sewing. You guys can listen to some music. You know, it's a nice relaxing day. Sounds like a co-working stream, you know? You know, without the working part. Do do do. I will say this is so nice, you know. Usually if I was in, if I was in Phoenix, I'd feel compelled to be, doing DoorDash and Uber Eats, right? Whoa, don't do that. Okay. Trying to just make as much money as possible, right? Speaking of accomplishing things, I beat the first dungeon, I guess, quotation marks, in Enshrouded last night. Man, that thing was hard. I ended up staying up till like 2 in the morning beating it. Drained all my batteries, so right now I've got all my batteries like charging up right now. I've actually got my 4th solar panel out, so I'll show y'all where I put that right once we finish. In fact, I'm probably gonna move it pretty soon. I'm gonna say this: I've become such a better straight stitcher with hand sewing. I used to not be able to straight stitch for shit with hand sewing. I used to be all over the place, just wonky and moving. But now we're doing it. Okay. Go ahead and do this. All right. Where'd my scissors go? Where'd me scissors go? Alright, we'll see if this holds. Oh, we got another staple. We gotta get this off. Get out of here, staple. I don't need you. What time is it? 10:30. So right now they're doing like center camp, like. So right now there's something going on at center camp. It's kind of like, if you have a problem with your van, come on over and we'll talk about it. See if we can help fix it. Ooh, can I fix this real quick? Let me see if I can fix this. Let's see. Give me this. There we go. I have just enough. Alright. This won't be a full fix. I only have so much string left on this one, but... Oop. do this. This should help it. Okay. I get that off. Should honestly watch some like hand sewing YouTube videos at some point to really just learn more. Because I'm sure there's like, I'm making just so many mistakes of like, well, here's how you're actually supposed to do all this. You know what I mean? Alright. That'll fix the majority here. Most of these are going to be good. Honestly, this one can probably get by without a fix. Let me see. Oh, wait. Where's the pants? Wait. Oh, God. Oh, God. What's happening? Ah. Where's the pants? There we go. Oh, I still gotta fix this hole in the back. Fuck. Damn it. Hang on. I forgot about this one too. Freaking A. This one I really need to fix. See, this one shows off my ass. So where is this one? This one is right here. Okay. Well, if we fix the outer hole, that'll probably help. Let's see, can we fix it like this? Put this here. We got one more thing we gotta fix here. And then we can go for the walk. Perfect. It's gonna be an outside fix, because I don't know how to fix it from the inside. There we go. Get that cut. Da, 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 da. There we go. Alright. Let's see if I can repair this. Repair it well. Taking a bit of a risk here with the way I'm gonna do this, but I don't see another way. Hang on. And the problem with sewing this one up here is that the fabric's been compromised. And actually, there's only one good way to fix this. What do I do with the other one? The fuck? Oh, here it is. I'm thinking about taking some of the material from here, transferring it over to here. Now, this has been compromised, so... Coffee time? Yeah. How'd I heat up my water? So, I have a propane setup. So, I get these 1-pounder propane bottles. And this thing goes on top. Boop. Just like that. And then you just turn this, and then you need a niter, and then you just nite it, and that's how I do it. You can also use butane, but I don't use butane, so. Okay. I might have to. God, I hate to do this. I remember why I've never been able to fix this in the past is because it's been compromised. So string just won't stay in. It's not really a good way to fix this. I'd have to patch it. I mean, I guess the only way to do it would be to do this. Maybe I fold it in on itself like that. I'd have to do a dual sewing job here. That'd be the only way. We're gonna see if this works. What'd I do? Where it is? Okay. Let's see if I can get this to work. It's gonna be tough because I can't really see. There's like string everywhere. I gotta cut off all this excessive string because I can't see shit. It's like my favorite pair of pants. I would hate to use these. Are those bottle single use? Technically, yes. However, people have refilled them. You're technically not supposed. It says not to on the bottle, but you can. The reason why it says single use is that they've never officially been tested for refill. So, but there's nothing stopping you from just refilling them from a bigger, like, let's say you get like a 20 pound bottle. You can just refill from that, right? And that would be a lot cheaper in the long run. But honestly, I feel like I don't know, I don't spend that much money on propane. They honestly last a nice long while. So, I'm not super worried. I don't really use it for heating. So, mostly because, you know, as you know, I stay away from cold areas if I can. There you go, me. Would help if you swap hands. There we go. Alright. Whoa, what the hell did I just do? There we go. I tapped on my phone, I look over and like all the words are in like gigantic font. Somehow I zoomed my phone in with one hand. Which is crazy. I don't know how long this repair is gonna hold. This Knopf is completely compromised. I would need to basically patch it at some point. So I'm probably going to have to do that at some point. I'm probably going to have to buy a patch in the future and just completely replace this section. Yeah. You bought a nozzle to refill them, but you haven't had to try it yet? Yeah. I've never done it. My papa has, and he said it works just fine. And I was like, that's cool. I'm probably never going to do that, because I don't have the room to carry a 20-pound, you know, propane bottle with me, so there's no point. You know. But I mean, if you have like a home base or a friend who's willing to hang on to a 20-pound bottle for you, then by all means, go for it, you know? Especially if it helps you save, because like I said, it does save money in the long run, right? So it is good. Okay. Let me see. Wait. Oh, because you're backwards. There we go. Yeah, you know, it could be better. But that'll do for now. Now my ass won't be hanging out. That was always the problem I had with this one. My ass was hanging out. So, can't have that now. Alright. Let's go and put this away. Put my sewing kit away. That pretty much completes everything I needed to sew, which is good. Oh god, all the string. Get off of me. Get off of me, string. Oh god, it's so dry out here that the string just instantly adheres to my skin. Alright, that's good enough. Like, just insta. What is this? What's that down there? Oh, I see what this is. Okay. Yeah, you can just stay down there for now. Alright. This. Put this here. Alright. I'm gonna put you guys outside because we're gonna get ready for a walk here. I'm also gonna knock out some push-ups. I'm gonna get all this out of the way. Alright. Here we go, y'all. 20 push-ups. Because it's been an hour. I need more room. Get out of the way. Get out of the way, things. There we go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Woo! Okay. Let me come on out. Whew. I can get my shoes on. So, y'all, you know, stare at the mountain real quick. And I'm gonna go get my shoes on. I gotta get your batteries too. Y'all stay there for a second. Get some water real quick. Water bottle. So I told you guys that I have a fourth solar panel. You don't ever really see it because I never need to deploy it, but today was an exception. You can see it right there. There's my fourth solar panel. Trying to charge up a bunch of batteries, so I actually need... You keep charging this, buddy. And I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to... Whoops. I'm actually going to get a bit more of a lean. The wind is a little strong here. Here. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, that's a fourth solar panel. Normally, if I'm in the city, I stick it up here. Normally, it goes up here. However, since we are out here, it just makes sense to put it right there. So, not a big deal. I'm going to get the battery on you. There we go. So, I actually have one more solar panel I forgot I can deploy. Let me show you my final solar panel. I'm gonna have to do it. I'm gonna go get it through this door because I put it here. So here's my little 21-watt solar panel. Look at it. It's so cute. If I turn it around. Oh yeah. So 21-watt solar panel. Good enough for charging a phone, right? Any external batteries. You can probably get one of these for 30, 40 bucks on Amazon. So, not that we're out supporting Amazon, but honestly, sometimes you just don't have a choice. Because where the fuck are you gonna find one of these? Not in any box store, that's for sure. So, Kim Owa, welcome on in. How are ya? We're just showing off some of the solder here, right? So, and actually, when I put this up, I actually like to stick it on my window. So I'll open my window. A little bit, stick this part out, and have this part inside of my van, and then I'll roll the window back up so that it just sits there. Once again, though, I can't use it while I'm driving. So that's the other thing. So I'm gonna put this away. Because if I've got my if I got that panel deployed, right, then there's no reason for me to use a 21 watt panel. Alright, I'm also debating a sweater. It's actually slightly cold enough that I should get my sweater. I'm gonna get my sweater real quick, hang on. Oh yeah. Nice. Alright. I say we want to do the same walk we did yesterday. Yeah, I mean, we can walk towards the mountains, you know? Alright. No going to our solar panels. Alright. Let's do this. One go off in this direction. Alright, so here's center camp once again, right? This is where all the center camp stuff is happening. There's a transgender meetup later today, so I definitely want to go attend that. Nowhere near as windy, so we're not having to fight for our lives here, you know? Yesterday was just so crazy. Also, I wonder where the Aztec moved. You know, you remember we were raving about the Aztec, right? That vehicle that someone was in with the 2 solar panels. They moved, understandably, because they were right next to the they were right next to everything. So I hope the Honda Element moved way out there. I mean, I'm contemplating moving my van to like over here, but honestly, I'm happy with where I'm at. Da, da, da. Going for a nice walk, you guys. You know, this is what the van life. This is what part of the van life's about, you know. Right? You do some stuff at your van. You go for a nice walk, right? You take in the mountains. Hopefully you're not fighting the wind, right? You're not fighting for your knife against the wind here. Dude, look at this fucking bus. This bus is hardcore. The name of this bus is Sino Cybus? Wow. They've got like tons of solar. Man, they got something going on. I don't know what's going on over here. They got a whole platform, but they got like bucket things on there. I wonder if that connects to water. Or maybe it's just extra storage. But you can see their solar panels. They've got what? 2, 4, 800 watts? 6, maybe 1,000 watts up there. It's a lot of solar, you know? And I love it. But you can see, you know, all sorts. We got people in small vehicles. We've got an ambulance over here. Former ambulance. Just wanted to see a little bit more of that, where people are buying ambulances and converting that, right? Whatever makes people happy and gives them the space that they need, right? Yeah, eventually I'm gonna want a bigger vehicle. Looks good to have people around. Wouldn't want to be too alone. Oh, for sure. For sure. But you know, like I said, some people want to embrace that. Some people want to be away from everyone else. They don't want neighbors. And I get that. I understand. I don't want that. But that's me, you know? I'm actually starting to get I've got a couple friends who are actually starting to embrace the van life. I have one friend that I need to actually talk to them. I need to plan out something and be like, hey, you want to do like a small camping trip when I head back up? Because in Central Oregon, there's a ton of places to sleep. If you weren't following my channel at the time, there's a place called Glass Buttes, and there's like obsidian on the ground all over the place, and it's amazing. There's also a free hot spring over there, which I never tell anyone the exact location. I always tell people, like, I gotta show you, because I don't want to tell you the location, because I don't want you to tell everyone else. It's cool to have a spot to come back to like that meeting event. Yeah. Let's see, what time is it? 11:01. Like I said, everything here is on PST time, which is annoying, you know, but yeah, you know, it happens. We got someone jogging. You know, the opposite side here. But yeah. Yeah, this is the terrain, you know, this is the views that we have for today, you know. Get some nice hills, some nice mountains. Hey, we did walk this yesterday, but, you know, it's always nice to just take in a walk. There's really not too many trails. I mean, I could, like I said, we could blaze a trail, but we're just walking. We're just walking today. Oh, someone's running the generator. I can hear it. I think it's that RV. Generators are loud as fuck. That might be another reason why sometimes people go and get away from people. Because maybe they're like, well, I have a really loud generator, and I don't want to be an asshole. And I mean, I'm like, what? Maybe 150 yards away, and I can hear it. You know? Like, that's a loud as shit generator. So, and you know, like I said, that's fine, right? Some people, they prefer generators to solar power, and that's fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, it was so incredibly windy. It was insane. We still have a bit of a wind today, but it's more of a gentle breeze, right? Especially compared to yesterday. Yesterday was insane. Like, oh my god. I'm so glad it calmed down, and I'm hoping the wind at Lake Havasu is really low. Like I said, there's a good chance we might just leave this evening and head up to Lake Havasu, so that we're in a spot to shed space for a generator. Seems cool temporarily. Yeah. Can you hear the generator? Like, yeah, it's pretty obnoxious, honestly. In my opinion. I mean, that's just me, but yeah, you can hear the generator. That fucker's going. But I mean, you know, a generator is nice, right? Because it generates a lot of power, right? I think the smallest generators give you about 3K watts of power, which is awesome. You know, right? 3,000 watts, you can power a lot of shit with that. You know. Now, you do need fuel, and I don't know how much fuel it uses, you know. I personally prefer like a solar setup, but that's, you know, that's me. Like, you know, like if I had a house, I'd definitely go for a solar setup. I actually have a buddy in Portland. He and his wife, they have this awesome solar setup, all self-built. He's got like a UPS, so uninterrupted power supply, and has like enough battery to, you know, pretty much during the summer. He said that they don't need to be on the grid, and I'm like, dude, that's amazing. And then he said during the winter, if he can get like, if he can double his solar panels, he'll pretty much be rock solid during the winter. And I'm like, just absolutely, just wow, you know? Especially in Portland, Oregon, where, you know, you have cloudy weather for much of the, you know, for, you know, significant parts of the year. That's awesome. Like, that's a dream right there. Now, granted, you'd probably have some wastage. So what he should do is he should hook up to the grid and just send power into the grid and then just get paid for it. Right? That's what he should do. But, and that's how most solar works, right? If you've ever wondered, right? Back in like 2012 or 2015, I can't remember what year it was, there was a hurricane that hit Florida really, really hard. It might have been Irma. And basically, like, Florida cities from like Key West all the way up to like South Jacksonville lost power because it was such a bad hurricane. And it came out that people who had solar panels on top of their house didn't have any power in their house. And people were like, oh my god, solar panels, it's fake, right? They don't fucking work. And I was like, do you guys even know how solar panels work when they're installed on houses? And they're like, well, I know solar panels convert sunlight to power, so you should be able to use your outlets. I'm like, no, that's absolutely not how any of that works. Right? When they throw solar panels on your house, they connect the panels through your house to the grid. You're basically a mini solar farm. You're not using the power generated by your solar panels. I mean, technically you are, but you aren't. All you're doing is feeding the grid. And then all the power company does is look at how much kilowatts that you contributed to the grid in kilowatts, and they convert that to money, and they either take that amount off your electricity bill, or they cut you a check because you produced enough electricity to get a check. That's how solar works when it's installed in your house, right? Now, what my buddy did is he's not hooked up. He didn't hook up his solar panels to the grid. He just hooked up his solar panels to. He just hooked up his solar panels to like a gigantic battery in his garage. So that's what he's doing. So he's not hooked up to the grid. So he has the potential to be wasting power, right? If his battery gets up to 100%, all of a sudden, now he's got what I call power wastage, you know? So, what is the Tesla battery then? What do you mean, what's a Tesla battery? I mean, it's a battery. Yeah, the Tesla battery is completely separate from the solar panels, right? Now, You know, with the more recent, like, nozzles of power, right? Especially in Los Angeles, right? With the power nozzles there. I didn't know this, but you can use your electric vehicles to run power to your house. And you can actually, you know, some people have been able to keep their fridge and their freezer running and like some major appliances. And it's like, wow. And it's actually a pretty significant amount of power that these cars can hold. And that, you know, that's actually, you know, that's not a, I mean, you know, let me see. So a Tesla, I think they say it gets about, what, 350, 400 miles? And so it usually averages about 3 miles a kilowatt, right? So let's say 300 miles, 3 kilowatts, that's a 100 kilowatt, you know, battery. I mean, that's a lot, you know? 100 kilowatt hours? Well, actually, is that a knot? I don't know. I thought I'd have to look into the numbers. I don't know exactly how the numbers all work out. I just know that, like, with EVs, their distance is measured in miles per kilowatt. And so your fuel is electricity, or your battery in kilowatts. Oh, yeah, no, kilowatts. Yeah, no, okay. Yeah. So 100 kilowatts is a lot of power. When you take all the batteries combined in my van, I have maybe just under 2 kilowatts of power. 2 kilowatts, that's it. With everything fully charged, if I threw everything I had into a Tesla, we could go 6 miles. So, you know, when people are like, well, why don't they just throw solar panels on top of Teslas? That's why. You would never generate enough power to justify the cost of the solar panel, right? Even if you put a 200 watt solar panel on top of it, you'd only generate, you know, maybe if you're lucky, you might generate 2 kilowatts in one day, which, you know, over the long run, that can help. But when you look at how cheap kilowatts are, I mean, I think a kilowatt is 50 cents, but it can be as low as 10 cents depending on where you live, right? I know in Washington, where I lived, a kilowatt was like 55 cents. I had a friend who got a little mad at me because I was using their place to charge my batteries, and their electricity bill jumped up. And they were like, hey, I need you to pay me for this increase in our bill. And I was like, there's no way that me charging my, because I knew how much my batteries use, right? They use like 1 kilowatt. And I charged it maybe 5 or 6 times. So I was like 6 kilowatts. I told them, there's no fucking way I made your bill go up at like $50. They're like, well, you did. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Hold on a moment. Winter just hit. Have y'all been using your heater? And they were like, oh. I'm like, yeah, man. You do realize heaters are a huge power sink, man. Yeah, I had to explain to them how electricity works. I was like, I'll pay you for the electricity I use, but it's gonna be like $3 or $4. Like, here you go. Here's $3 or $4. They were like, no, keep the money. And I was like, okay. I'm just telling you, like I'll pay you if you want, but I'm gonna pay what I owe you. I'm not gonna pay $30 for electricity I definitely did not use. What was I going with this? Oh yeah, so yeah, that's why you don't see solar panels on Teslas. It's not worth it. The upkeep for, you know, of the solar panel, right? I mean, you might be able to pay off the solar panel, but I mean, the solar panels will just cause repair issues, you know. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it to throw a solar panel on top of a Tesla. Not until they're way more efficient. Like if they're, you know, if we get to the point where they're, you know, they can make a 500 watt solar panel the size of our current 100 watt solar panels, then yeah, it might start being worth it. But until then, right, there's just, you need way too much space to have any significant amount, right? Which is why, you know, some people get bigger vehicles, because you can pack on more solar. You can, you know, put upwards of, you know, like if you had a Scooty, I've seen some people put on as much as 2,000 watts of power. That's crazy, right? At maximum efficiency, you can generate 2 kilowatts an hour. That's a lot of space, right? That's a lot of real estate that you need to use, you know, use on your roof, right? I mean, you saw my setup. I have 421 watts. And that's assuming that forced solar panel you saw operates at 100% efficiency, which it doesn't. It's been damaged. So it only operates at about 70% of what it used to. So realistically, I only have right around 400 watts of solar altogether. And because of angle, right, it's not 100% efficient. So I only generate, you know, every 100 watt solar panel right now during the winter only generates about 50 to 55 watts right now, just because, like I said, the angle of the sun, right? Now during the summer, my solar panels should generate between 80 to 90 watts, which is great. So I generally have no problems with battery during the summer. Oh gosh. Woo! Cracking that neck. Back at the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge. Now we're in this little sign that we passed. Man, get some water in me. Hang on. My nips are super dry. Oh yeah. That's some good water. Alright. Alright, let's keep on moving. But yeah, the van life has taught me a lot, and mostly a lot about electricity that I had no idea. And like, it's not a super in-depth knowledge, but it's definitely more than most of my friends. Like I said, most people don't understand what the hell a kilowatt is. Right? They just know, oh, I gotta pay an electricity bill, right? And yeah, that's very true. Alright, so we're gonna go straight this time. And we're probably gonna go along here for another 15-20 minutes, and then we're gonna turn back. We're gonna head back to the van. We're gonna find something to raid out to. So yeah, it's gonna be a short and sweet stream. I don't intend to go super long today. So although it looks like we're gonna make 3 hours again, so much for short and sweet. Though I'll be honest, the sewing portion took a lot shorter than I thought it was. I thought the sewing was gonna take me up to 2 hours, like minimum, and we finished that in like an hour and some change. So, which means that I'm just getting much better at hand sewing. When I started hand sewing, my sewing was all over the place. It looked bad, and now I can actually sew a straight line, which is awesome. I got a saguaro cacti right over here, or saguaro cactus, I should say. There's only one cactus here. Growing out its arm. And it's got another mini one right behind it too. So if we come over here, you can see it looks like it's starting to grow out its second baby arm right there. And so this will grow out, and then it'll have another one. This one will probably also grow out too. And you can tell how old a saguaro cacti is. Or, well, you can't tell how old it is, but you can get a general idea of how old a cactus is depending on how many arms and how big those arms are. Because the older they are, the more arms that they get, right? So, I can see a couple in the distance. You might not be able to see them, but there's some baby cactus out there. Yeah, I'd say maybe a teenager cactus, right? They haven't started building out their arms yet, but they're probably getting ready to, you know? So, what did everyone have for lunch? When we get back, I'm probably gonna heat up some ground beef, and I'm gonna have some tacos. What time is it? 11:23. Okay, we'll walk a little bit further, and then we'll turn around. So this gives me enough time to eat. In fact, we might turn around now. No, we'll walk a wee bit further. But yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have tacos. Warmed up a frozen chimichanga? Hell yeah. Now, was this a chimichanga that was fresh and you froze it? Or was this one of the boxed chimichangas? Nothing wrong with the latter. A boxed chimichanga sounds amazing right now. I just never get frozen goods, and I don't have a good way to warm them up. And if I buy frozen goods, I usually have to commit to eating the frozen goods for the next, 2 days, so I can finish it all very quickly. Because, obviously, my cooler is not really meant to keep them, to keep them frozen. Someone from Florida just tried to call me. No, Florida, I'm not going to pick up your phone call. Unless it's my papa, then I will have to. Then I would have to pick that up. Honestly, my mom's the one who usually contacts me, which is great. My mom's awesome. She's my stepmom, but I just call her mom now, because she's awesome, you know? Or as we say in the Filipino, you know, mama, you know? Mama and papa. And quite the scene. Oh man, I should get a chimichanga when I get back to Phoenix. Chimichanga sounded real good. I might also save my money and just get Navajo tacos, because when I go to Albuquerque, there's going to be a place that I pass, and they make great Navajo tacos. Right outside of Petrified Forest, a place called Mother Road. Great Navajo tacos. Alright, I think it's time to turn back, you guys. Because there's events going on today, and let me see. One of them, I think, starts in an hour. Assuming I've been reading the schedule right. Yeah, so it says 11:30, but like I said, in PST time, so it's going to be 12:30 by my clock, so. And it's like a consent talk. And then at 3 p.m. my time, there's going to be a transgender meetup. There is a craft circle. Man, I could have just done all, well, I might still have more sewing stuff I need to go do. There is a swap and sell, so I'm definitely going to go to a swap and sell. Oh, do I have anything I need to get rid of? And hopefully sell? I have to go through my van, see if I can sell anything. My father never calls me, only your mother. He's listening in the background, probably. Yeah. It sounds like you have at least a talking relationship with your parents, which is good. I mean, I have a talking relationship with my parents, too. Like I said, my mom, I like my mom. She's super cool. Me and my papa, we're still working on it. But, you know, our relationship's gotten better over the past couple of years. For a while, it was not good. I was not a fan. And realistically, the whole reason my papa and I even have a relationship is because of my sister. That's why, you know, my sister's awesome and amazing. Not much talk about, just bust out food. That's fair. Yeah, you know, I always see the, you know, the people who just are so in tune with their parents, right? And I'm just like, man, that's awesome. I love that for you, you know? Like my streamer friends whose parents come into their chat, like they have a Twitch account to talk to their kid, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah. You know, Redria64, who we've gone to raid a couple times. You know, their mom comes and hangs out in their chat, and that's awesome. I'm like, fuck yeah. You know? That's next level, right? I've had some streamers who their parents agreed to come on stream. And they did, I don't remember what they did, but I was like, dude, that's so fucking cool. And I've seen, you know, and I've seen parents who even were like, hey, yeah, I'll come play games with you. In fact, Redria's mom does play games. With Redria. I mean, Redria calls her Momdria, and that's awesome. And so, every so often, you know, like, I'll be playing Played Up with them, and Momdria will be in. So, and that's awesome. That's amazing, you know. Now, I would like to continue to improve my relationship with my parents, especially my papa, right, to get it up to, you know, I'm pretty sure we're at the point where, like, if he was sick and they needed me to come home and take care of him, I'd be like, alright, I'm coming, you know. Because for a couple years, it was, hey, can you come home and take care of your papa? Nah, I'm good. But now I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Especially because, you know, I'm just dicking around with Knife, right? I don't want my sister to give up her, you know, her career, right? And, I don't know, my brother's young, but I'm sure he's got a career, too. You know, I'm the most logical choice to come home and, you know, take care of anything, if anything were to happen. So, you have a great relationship. However, you have a stepmom. Birth mother passed away without me ever knowing her. Separated. Had two. Stepmom is mom to me. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Same here. Same here. My stepmom's great. So, granted, this is my second stepmom. My first stepmom was she was okay. I didn't really care for her too much. You know. Yeah, and we have no communication. She and my papa had a huge falling out, very ugly divorce. And so I don't talk to my former number one stepmom. So, but yeah, my second stepmom, she's great. She's from Canada. She was from Toronto. I don't know how the fuck my papa met her, but he did. And then they got her a green card, and so she lives in the States now. And it's great. So, I'm sure my papa utilized online dating, which is cool. I'm like, alright. So, my papa's got swag, you know? You gotta have swag to do online stuff. So, nice to help out. Nice, yeah. You know, and I've said this before, right? I'm down to look out for people to a fault, right? Even at the expense of myself, right? If you remember from when we were going to that Utah waterfall and I sniffed and I picked you guys up, it was kind of a joke. But I said, are you guys okay? And everyone in the chat's like, you're the one that fell, you know? And it's just, you know, like, yeah, I was doing it kind of in a jokingly manner, but also, hey, that's just something I say to people, right? Are you guys okay? Like, is everyone's noses still there? You know. Of course, chat, you know, it's like, hey, are you okay? I was like, yeah, no, I'm good. I got very lucky. The way I snipped, I don't know how I didn't just hit my back on a rock. So, but I didn't, and that's very fortunate. I'm hoping to meet up with a streamer in Salt Lake City. Their name is... Oh no, I don't remember their name. Fuck. They do a lot of co-working. Damn it. Now I gotta bring up my Twitch and hope that they're on so I can see their name. They are not on. That is unfortunate. That's okay. But yeah, there's someone over in Salt Lake City I would like to meet in person. So, and they sound, and when we chatted, they sounded pretty excited to be like, yeah, let's fucking meet up. Like, oh yeah. So yeah, the game plan this year is to go to San Diego. Well, and so this is all assuming I don't win state championships. Because if I win state championships, then I get an invite to nationals. And if I get an invite to nationals, obviously I'm going to want to go. right? There's gonna be, you know, as we don't know game said to me, you know, what if you never get another chance to go to nationals? You should take it. So I was like, okay. So in that case, I'll go house sit for my sister. And I had to debate, do I want to drive to Seattle very quickly and fly from Seattle? Or do I want to stay in San Diego and fly from San Diego? There's advantages to both, right? San Diego, I get to stay in warmer weather. I get to hang out with my sister for another week and a half. She can watch my van pretty easily. Right, but if I, you know... And, you know, the big pro to that is then, once I'm done with nationals, I fly back, I can then actually do the whole trip up to Seattle. If I shoot for Seattle, I have limited time, right? I gotta get up to Seattle, I gotta get with the friend who's gonna watch my car, right? And so I would basically have to leave, like, because I'm watching my sister's house from, like, March 8th to the 16th. And so, like, you know, and nationals are, I think, March 28th or 29th or something. So if I was to fly out of Seattle, I would have to almost immediately leave and get my ass up to Seattle, because I drive pretty slow. And so we'd probably do like a highway 101 up the coast versus the alternative. So yes, but you know, one step at a time, right? I gotta go to state championships and see if I can win. I feel pretty good about it. Like I said, I think I'm better than almost everyone at this tournament, but I gotta show up, right? If I don't show up, then anyone can beat me. So, anyways, back on track. So, you know, once my sister gets back, I'll probably spend a couple more days with them, and then I'll head out and start making my way north. My plan is to head up to Los Angeles, and then head towards Las Vegas, and then from Vegas, go to Zion National Park, and then from Zion, go to Bryce Canyon, because those two are right next to each other. And then from Bryce Canyon, I'll head up to Salt Lake City. Well, I'll link up with a couple friends, because I actually have 3 people I know there now. I'm like, oh my god, I'm starting to get friends in Salt Lake City now. It's funny, Salt Lake City's starting to become my Denver, right? And I say this, so for a while, I had like 6 or 7 friends in Denver, none of who I met in Denver. Every friend I had in Denver, I met either in like Hawaii, or Washington, or I just knew from my old life in Jacksonville, and they all just moved to Denver, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah, you know? So yeah, Salt Lake City is starting to become my new Denver, right? Where I'm starting to know people from the city, but not because I met them in Salt Lake City, but because they all just moved there. And look, don't dump on Salt Lake City. You know, yeah, it may be a Mormon city, but the gays are taking over, and I love it. I had a friend tell me, you will see more pride flags in Salt Lake City than any other city, and they weren't wrong. It seemed like every street I turned onto, at least, you know, every 3rd or 4th house would just have like a pride flag out, you know. And the way she said it was, people hate the Mormons so much that they were like, how can we stick it to them? Okay, we're all just gonna fly, and so that's just a thing. They just do it to piss off the Mormon church because they hate them. And I love it. I'm here for it. But yeah, so we'll go to Salt Lake City. And then from Salt Lake City, we'll go to Yellowstone, because that's been long overdue. And then from Yellowstone, we'll go to Boise. And then we'll go through Central Oregon. There was a part of me, well, there's still a part of me debating going up through Nevensworth and visiting Nevensworth. But We might make Nevensworth like a weekend trip. You know. Or a day trip, I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. It's been a long time since we've been to Nevensworth. I haven't been since 2017, and I would like to go again. I know Fox and Mr. Games went last year, and that was a really fun stream to watch. Where the 2 hour mark? We are. Alright, since obviously I don't want to do push-ups on the rocky ground, we're just gonna knock out 20 squats. That's always our alternative, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Woo! Hot damn. Alright. Let's freaking keep going. So yeah, if it's not viable to do push-ups, we're gonna start doing squats from now on. Just because, you know, I don't really have to put anything, I don't have to take anything off for push-ups. I mean, technically, I don't have to take off anything for push-ups, or, you know, for push-ups, but it does make it harder if I keep everything on. So it helps to take everything off for push-ups. But yeah, I'm trying to get back to Seattle by early April this year. Right, that's the game plan. Just because I only spent 3 months in Seattle last year, and I was not happy with that. I was super bummed, because like I got to see some of my friends, and then I was gone, and people were like, "What happened? Where'd you go?" I'm like, "I went back south." Because TwitchCon was in September. Fucking TwitchCon, man. This year for TwitchCon, I'm actually hoping to fly. Because my sister is going to be in San Diego. So depending on where she lives, there's a good chance I might be able to just stay at her house. Which would save me a lot of money. It would enable me to stay in Seattle longer. You know. Yeah, I think it's a rock solid. Idea. So that's the plan. Because I don't want to leave in October. Like, I actually was debating leaving in mid-September again and going to Albuquerque for the Hot Air Balloon Festival, but I'm like, ugh, I don't know, man. I mean, to be fair, the Hot Air Balloon Festival was like the best 9 days of my life. Okay, not my life, but probably the best 9 days of 2024. I had so much fun. Right, just waking up in the morning and having, you know, I don't want to say an objective, but having a reason to just roll out of bed, even though it's cold, and getting in your front seat, starting and driving, because you want to go watch the hot air balloons. And yeah, that's awesome. It's great, and I love it. And, I mean, realistically, I should invest into a bicycle so I can park farther away and just bike in. Because if I have a bicycle, I wouldn't have to worry about parking anymore. Really, that would be true anywhere. Right? Having a bicycle would dramatically increase how far I can go from my van. You know? If I get a bike, no space. Well, I would get one of those things on the back of the van where I can put the bike, right? I would never put the bike inside of my van. That's just and like people with bigger vehicles do that, right? Like those big pro masters, people do put bikes in the back of their van. I'm like, okay, But they have the room, right? They have the room to do that. I don't. So I would definitely get a bike rack for the back of my van. Especially because I don't use my trunk much anymore. Like, I don't open my trunk as much as I used to. Like, it was a different story when the table wasn't there, but now the table is there, so. But to do that, I would have to get a bar installed onto my van, because I don't have anything to hook up to put the bike rack in, so. Recommend a Brompton. It's a folding bike. Well, I mean, the folding bike only makes sense if I'm going to keep it inside the vehicle. If I'm just going to keep a bike on the outside of the vehicle, right, then I'm just going to probably get the cheapest bike. Probably some you know, $50 mountain bike that I can get at a garage sale, right? Because that way if someone steals my bike, it's not a big deal. It was a $50 mountain bike. Yeah, it'll suck until I get a new one. But at $50, it's not a huge loss, right? I commend the people who put a very, very expensive bikes on the outside of the vehicle. I'm like, god damn. I got an extra beach cruiser. It's like brand new too. I'm nowhere near ready to put a bicycle on my van yet. Like I said, I have to get a there's a certain addition thing I have to get installed so I can even install a bike rack. And honestly, I need to fix my my suspension first, and that's gonna be like $2,000. Actually, I think I got quoted $3,000. So that's probably my next big fix. I really do need to fix my suspension, because I can feel it when I drive. It's not great. So. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate it. If I get a beach, you know, if I get a bike rack sooner than later, and you're on my way, I can look into that, and I can give you some money for it. So I don't know what part of the state you're in, but I'm mostly West Coast, so that is the issue. I do go to the West Coast or the East Coast from time to time, so. I go from, like last year I did East Coast, because I went to go do the total solar eclipse, which once again, if you missed it, you kind of SOL until the next one, because the next total solar eclipse doesn't happen until 2044 in the States. You could go to New Zealand in 2028, they're going to have a total solar eclipse. But you're probably going to want to buy tickets as early as possible, because I guarantee you those tickets are going to skyrocket. Especially once the plane companies find out that there's a solar eclipse happening at that time. Oh, they're going to jack up prices so hard. 2012 Honda Odyssey. What's a bummer is that I actually had a chance back in 2021 to buy a brand new 2020 Honda Odyssey for $20,000. Super freaking cheap. And part of me kind of wished that I had waited a little bit longer to sell my house, because I would have bought that van. I would have. If I had known that I could just give my papa my Honda Element, I would have just bought the van right then and there. $20,000 for a brand new van? Oh, that's fucking crazy. I ended up paying $17K for mine. And mine is 8 years older, so that kind of sucks, right? And spending a lot more money. You wanted a Honda Odyssey? They're great vehicles. They're great vehicles. I've been taking good care of mine, you know. The mechanics, my trusted mechanic, he was like, dude, you're doing a good job. He was like, here's probably some things to look forward to the next couple of years, but you'll probably be fine. Yeah, they don't change the exterior much. The interior has definitely been changing, and I fear the day when I have to buy a brand new van, like a 2024, 2025, because a lot of these vans are starting to get features that are, in my opinion, anti-van life, right? They're just like, oh, we'll make sure that your van doesn't knock if someone is inside of it, and it's like, well, that sucks, right? And I've heard there's vehicles that do that. That if your key fob is inside the car, the fucking vehicle won't knock. Like, I remember seeing this in, I don't know a vehicle. Someone was like, yeah, I tried to knock my vehicle even manually, and it would just automatically unlock. And I was like, that sucks. You know, and these are features that I don't want, and I hope there's a way to disable them, because that's awful. Oh yeah, everyone's out having a good time. Some people are having lunch here. Alright, so we are back at the camp. We just had to get to my van. So, just a wee bit further here. So. I keep thinking that there's a car coming up behind me because I keep hearing crunching of rocks. That sounds like a car driving, but I guess, I don't know, I sound like a car when I'm walking? Oh, fuck no. You only trust Honda and Toyota? Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah, when I was buying a new vehicle, when I was looking to buy a new van to move into, Honda and Toyota were the only two companies I was looking at. Like I was looking for that Ford Transit Connect. That was the only other vehicle on my radar. I had a couple people try telling me, like, well, what about Dodge? And I was like, I'm definitely not getting a Dodge unless it's a ProMaster or a truck. Like, yeah, no, absolutely not. I feel you though. How's Kia lineup? I don't know. I don't think Kia has a minivan. Do they? If they do, I've never heard anything about it. I've never heard anyone say anything about the Kia Soul. So, the only car I know from Kia is like the Kia Soul, which is a fun car. It's zippy, right? When I was in Philadelphia, when I was TAD, temporarily assigned to Philadelphia while I was in the Navy, my buddy, he was also temporarily assigned. He got a Kia Soul, and that was just a fun car for him to drive, and I'd always ride it with him. I was like, man, this car is so zippy. I like it. He was like, I like the Kia Soul. I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, very zippy. Not like the Honda Fit, right? The Honda Fit, the Kia Soul, right? Very similar. They drive. They drive well, you know. Kia has the Carnival Hybrid. Yeah, I mean the hybrid wouldn't be too bad, but you know. I thought about going for when Toyota Sienna came out with the all-wheel drive van in 2021. I thought about going for that. I'm so glad I didn't. It would have cost so much more money, and honestly, all-wheel drive is overrated. Every van I've ever tell you, no, it's not. I'm like, how often do you use it? You know what I mean? I've never been in a situation. In 3 years, I've been in one situation where I needed all-wheel drive. Sorry, 2 situations. And one of them, I still got stuck. So, I just think all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive are just overrated in my opinion. But that's just me. Alright. You know, I remember there was one time I actually had all 5 of my solar panels deployed. It was actually in San Diego. It was post TwitchCon. All my batteries had died because I was constantly in the parking garage, and so like I just had no solar. And so on the final day of, oh no, they died on day 1 because I was in the garage, and then day 2 and 3 I was able to park on the street because, you know, it was actually cheaper street parking, and then Sunday it's just free parking. But because I was between high buildings, I didn't always have maximum sun. So my batteries didn't really charge up that well. And so the day after TwitchCon, right, the Monday after TwitchCon, I went to a park and I just deployed all my solar panels. Just everything I had was dead. Like, I think I had like 1 battery left providing power to my phone on an emergency basis. I was like, dude, I'm completely out of power. It was insane. So I just was trying to get everything charged with 5 solar panels, you know. Hey, and that happens. That happens, you know. Alright. Let me get these shoes off. Whoop. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah. Alright, you guys stay here for just a minute. I'm going to turn on my van for a quick second. I want to just check something. I was just making sure that yesterday's bottoming out didn't like do any damage to my car. Because I did bottom out, and that sucked. Alright, I'm going to hook this battery up to the solar panel, so I'll be right back. Did that battery not charge you guys? That battery didn't charge you at all. What the fuck? Oh. That battery said, nah, dog, I ain't gonna charge you. Oh, man. That's fine. That's fine. I can just hook you guys up to... Shit. Which battery is it? It's one of these cords. Nope, not that one. This one? This one. Ah. Alright. Nope, not that one. Is it this one? Aha, found it. Okay. I was like, I'm looking for the right cord. Which one is it? Okay. I'm gonna get this off because it's a little warm. Sun is out in full force today. I'm gonna go ahead and get my, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and get this out. Let's see. Oh yeah. If you ever wondered how I cook, here we go. Alright, so here's our ground beef. And where are my, oh, here we go. And here are my taco shells. I don't have any veggies because, well, unfortunately, to buy veggies, you always gotta buy them in bulk, right? Well, more than what I can handle in my van. So I generally don't eat veggies for my tacos. Because then I don't have anywhere to stow anything, right? Like, the tomatoes. Like, where the fuck am I gonna put all the tomatoes, you know? So, here's my plate. It's a pie tin. It's nice eating area, nice, you know, can escape, right? Especially if you have, like, something soupy, right? But not quite soup. And then we've been using this a lot, so I'm so glad. I mean, some of y'all may have seen when I switched over to this a couple weeks ago, but I've been loving this whole setup right here, right? So you see it's all hooked in like this. You undo that. You take off the top, which is just, you know, it's an eating, you know, plate, right? And then you have a small pot right here. I cook rice in this now. And then obviously you got this thing, which this is what we're gonna use to heat up our ground beef. So we're gonna put a little, get out of here, rice. Put a little oil. There we go. Ooh, someone just passed by and their dog looked so happy. That dog was like, oh my god, there's people. Oh wait, before I turn this on. There it is. And then of course I keep all my utensils in this thing now. Right, so I got 2 pairs of forks and spoons. I got my tongs, and then chopsticks that I don't actually use for anything. So, all right. Oh, and I've got this, which this is what we need. Okay. There we go. Get this oil on pan. Oh yeah. All right, there we go. Set that up real quick. Oh yeah. Once you know how to do things, you just do stuff real quick, you know? Especially once you know where everything is. Come on, me. Really? Okay. Turn down the heat a little bit. Oh shit, I turned off the heat. Shit. There we go. Actually, what I need this. I need my spatula. And then I'm gonna add in some of this saucy nip sauce. This shit's really good. You like watching the stuff? Yeah. Yeah, the mundane van life, you know? I've actually, like, whenever I look at, like, my views of, like, old VODs, my mundane van life ones get, like, the most. It's kind of crazy. And, like, the video, my YouTube, so I VOD dump. My YouTube videos with the most views are all my mundane van life stuff. And I guess that would make sense, right? People are always looking for more van life stuff. And so if you type in van life and you scroll far enough, you might run into my video. And it's just mundane van life of me just making stuff here. Now, granted, I don't do any editing for my YouTube videos, right? I just let them be. And so, I'm sure, you know, a lot of people get tired of it. You know, they may watch and skip through, but, you know, I mostly just put the VODs there to make sure I don't lose it. Because for some reason, Twitch broke their highlighter, so I can't highlight any of my VODs anymore. So now I'm stuck VOD dumping. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good right there. Alright. I need a knife. I need a knife. My other knife. There we go. There we go. Fancy, right? Alright. This looks pretty good. Alright. Here's my pie tin. So, let's throw this. Well, we'll just put the pie tin down here. Actually, I do have a small table, so if I move this over, I can take this, right, which was the cover to like a Tupperware thing, and I can put it right here. Oh yeah, and now I have a small table. Dropped my tortilla. That's okay. Just wipe it off. All right. Need a spoon. I don't want to put too much. I gotta make this last out for 4 tortillas. So we're probably just gonna go a little sideways like this. Like I said, I want these tortillas to nest. Alright, so we got our mini taco thing. Oh yeah. Not as fancy eating at home, but you know, it gets the job done. I'm not getting darkened out here by, hang on. Is that better? That's better, there we go. Haha, you can see me now. So yeah. It's pretty good. I wish I had cheese. I mean, I do have Parmesan cheese. It's not the ideal cheese, but Parmesan cheese does work. Where'd I put my... What did I do with my... Oh, there it is. I was like, where'd my fire go? I'm gonna turn this back on. And we're gonna add a little bit of Parmesan in there. There we go. I don't know how well that's gonna work. We're gonna find out. I'm taking a little gamble with the Parmesan. Actually, we're gonna need a little bit more Parmesan. If this is the path I'm going, commit to the Parmesan, me. There we go. Commit to the cheese. The only thing about Parmesan cheese is it's kind of a sharp cheese, so it's not always great to do this with. Usually, if you're gonna add like cheese to something like this, you want like, I don't know, like a medium, a mild, or mozzarella. Oh yeah. What time is it? 12:09. Perfect. We'll be ready to raid out soon. Let me get my other phone. If you've ever wondered how I clean, I'll give you a quick view of what I do. So the first thing I do is I take my little spray bottle of water and I spray it in here. And then I get a paper towel. I go in and I get, you know, all You know, I get the mess out, right? I get as much of the mess as I can get. Sometimes I need to use more than one. I actually put too much water in here. But that's okay. I put way too much water in here. That was dumb. I should have only sprayed once or twice. That's okay. But yeah, so come in here, get as much of the actual mess out. Pro tip, it's actually useful to have bread in your van, because then you can actually use bread to kind of snop up somewhat, you know, like especially if you have like something soupy, you can snop up the mess with bread and eat it, right? Versus wasting paper towels like I am. And so this isn't the end yet, so yeah. Now you want to get some water, right? I'm gonna put a little bit of water. Not too much. You don't want to put too much water in here. Right? So I put in about, it's really hard to see. I put in like a yay amount, right? And then I have soap. So what I do is I just put a little soap, not too much, but just enough to get, you know, nice soapy, swirl it around a bit. And what you can do is before you wash the pots, you can then start washing these out. And like this isn't like a super deep clean, but this will get the job done while you're out on the road. If I want to give my stuff a deep clean, so I have a membership to Planet Fitness where I just use them to shower. And so whenever I go shower, I take pots and pans. I take like cutlery and pots and pans with me to wash them in the shower. Now, I only do this at places where there is a dressing room and shower combo. If the dressing room, if the changing room and the shower are separate, I don't do it, because then I don't have anywhere to put the dishes and stuff, and I really don't need that taking up, you know, room in my shower. So there we go. So those are clean, and then I just need, and then I get one of these, right? Wipe them down, get the soap off, right? And then, once you're done with your utensils, you go in, you just give it a nice little swish with your hand, right? I like to ball up my hand and just kind of use my joint and knuckles to help, you know, kind of give it a bit more of a clean, right? Which if you've never washed laundry by hand, that's how you do it. You put the laundry between your two knuckles, and you do that. And that helps get a lot of this stuff off. I don't do it because it sucks. But if I have to hand wash something, that's what I do. So, and then, because we have soap, we don't want to just dump it, right? Because I'm not trying to be a dick to the environment. So, what I do, oh shit, where is it? Oh, hang on. I gotta close my door a bit. So I have this old Gatorade bottle. Just open it up. This is the hardest part, right? And it helps to put it over something, so if you spill, which I just did, that's okay. So you're getting in here, get your napkin, wipe that down real quick. And then when you go to like a public bathroom or something, you can just take that bottle in with you. You can just dump that in the toilet, right? Or if, you know, once again, you can take it in the shower and just dump it in the shower. And then you just clean it off. And if I want to be super thorough, right, I have isopropyl alcohol in here. I'm actually out kind of, and then you just spray it down. And if it's something metal like this, you can actually spray it down with isopropyl and then light the isopropyl on fire to really clean that shit. So yeah, that's how I clean stuff in my van, right? That gets the job done for the most part. Like I said, if I need to do a deep clean, then I'll take them into the shower with me, or I take it to a friend's house, right? If I go to a friend's house, I'll ask, like, hey, can I use your sink to wash some of my dishes? And they're like, yeah. Spray bottles are great. And they're also very useful for just general, like, let's say you go to, like, let's say you go hiking, right? When you get back to your van, you can take your spray bottle and spray down your hands. It conserves water, and you get that nice, decent, clean feeling once you're done hiking. Or let's say you're out at like a Ren fair, right? Bring a spray bottle with you. Get your hands nice and feeling, somewhat clean. Especially if there's dust everywhere. That would be really nice, right? Spray bottles, the way to go. And you can actually do a water bleach thing, which some people do to help, wash their stuff. I don't do the bleach thing, just because once again, you have to buy bleach in gigantic containers, and I don't have a place to store that, so I don't do bleach. I do isopropyl. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and finish eating, and then I had to get over there. There's like a consent thing coming up, and they want as many people there as possible. So, let's find a person to raid out to, y'all. Let's see who's on. Ooh, Moko Maid is on. Yo, Anaconda's doing horse riding? Hold on, let me see. Let me see this. We might go to Anaconda. Horse riding sounds awesome. Yeah, it's either them or Moko Maid. And honestly, I like the idea of going to a horse stream. So let me go and give them a shout out. To Anaconda. They're riding horses. They're doing some IRL. There we go. Or they're doing just chatting. So, but they're just riding a horse, which is great. So we're gonna go check that out. So yeah, so thank you to everyone who popped in today and hung out. Blaze and actually, Blaze, were you here? I don't know. Blaze, Shipment to Fail, Runner, Workday Year. It was so good to have y'all in. Thanks for coming in and joining this, mundane van lifing stream. This nice walk that we had. Right, I'm gonna finish this taco stuff, and then like I said, I gotta get over there in about 15 minutes. So yeah, we're gonna head to Anaconda. There's a shout out in case you don't get taken over there. Let me go ahead and get this raid started. Stream manager, raid channel, Anaconda. Let's help I spelled it all out. There we go. Starting the raid. Let me get y'all the sub raid and the raid 2. And let me grab Mr. Hefhog here. Where you at, buddy? I see you. Alright, y'all. Once again, thank you so much for coming on in. Our next stream is going to be tomorrow. We're going to Lake Havasu. We're going to be watching hot air balloons, so I hope to see y'all there. Make sure y'all grab the raid message. If you're subbed, get the hedgehogs. If you're not subbed, get the wings. At the end of the day, we're all part of the same prickle. Mr. Hefhog can give that good old Hefhog wave. And I hope y'all have an enjoyable rest of your day. I hope y'all have a great start to your weekend. If you're working, I hope it remains uneventful to the end. You guys, y'all awesome. I thank y'all for, continuing to come in and support me. It makes me so happy. I never thought that, a couple years ago I'd be here, but here we are. So, I'll see y'all over in Anaconda's page. I'm actually over there. So, once we get there. Bye. Kiff.
Foxy, Foxy.
Mr. Half-Hog. Mr. Half-Hog's going crazy! Oh yeah.
Hopefully no wildfires. Not understandably. Well, actually, this chat is going...
Shit. I was trying to do the opposite of Mr. Half-Hog and we both looked in the same direction.
I've never had
Oh, that's tough. Alright. Man, this stream's taking forever. Come on, raid on over.
Oh. Thank you, Flimsy Fiona, for raiding with 5 viewers. Welcome in. Can we get a shout out for Flimsy Fiona? Welcome
Okay,
back
apparently it
home.
went over, so if you haven't gone over there, go on, get over there.
Welcome.
I'll meet you there.
Nice to see you.
I don't know what happened, but she says I'm there, so